Good morning. How is everybody doing? It's a beautiful, fresh morning. It is a bit cold, but it is October in England. A dog is getting excited. Right, so what I am going to talk about today is something that I wrote about many times on my Facebook page, and that is the difference between your weekends and weekdays when you have a job and weekends and weekdays when you run your own business. So today is Sunday, beautiful, beautiful Sunday. And I remember when I had a normal job, even when I worked from home, Sunday was, sort of evening Sunday, late afternoon Sunday, I was embracing myself for the first working day of the week. Good morning. Hello, darling. Saying hello to one of the doggies. And it's like, you can relax on Friday evening and, knowing that you wouldn't have to get up early on Saturday. You wouldn't have your alarm going off at a certain time on Saturday morning, same on Sunday morning, but Sunday evening. And when I traveled to work, when I lived in London, oh my God, I felt exhausted before I even got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to travel to work. And then when I was back in the office, I was pretty much counting the days to Friday. And everybody used to say on a Friday, oh, thank God it's Friday. And then, it's the weekend again. And it's just this vicious circle of looking forward to the weekend, not looking forward to Monday. And I honestly don't know how I survived for so many years doing the same thing over and over again and living in this loop of negative energy. And to be honest, when I lived in London, I don't remember doing anything exciting the last few years of my residency in London because I was just too tired. And luckily I managed to find a job that allowed me to work from home, so I didn't have to get up earlier than usual to travel. However, it's still a job, you still have to be at your laptop at certain time every day, and so on and so on. And that's just not the case when you run your own business. Because when you run a business, everything you do it with love. You look forward to working on your business, writing your content, creating your posts, updating your website, and so on and so on. And people who have normal jobs often think that running a business is a 24/7 job. It doesn't have to be. Running a business allows you to control your working hours and allows you to have more time for yourself, allows you not to be in a hurry every day to get to work or to sit on your laptop or feeling worried that your manager might have a go at you because you're not on your laptop at 8 o'clock in the morning. There are all kinds of managers out there. So yeah. And I know a lot of people, I talked to my mother today and she was like, oh, we're going back to the usual tomorrow, going back to work. And it took me, this is one of the most difficult part of the transition is the working hours. And it took me a long time to sort of shift my mindset But it is possible. You have to be aware of what you're doing and how you're thinking. And this is one of the things I'm actually talking about in my latest course, which will be available next week. The transition from 9 to 5 life into entrepreneurship. And I talk about also about the mindset shift from being an employee to becoming an entrepreneur. And it's really nice to have the freedom of being in control of your own time. To be honest, yes, I do still feel like it's the weekend. When the weekend is coming, I'm trying not to do a lot. Today I'm going to do some work. But every day is a weekend for me pretty much, because I do something that I love. I'm not dreading going to work, or I'm not dreading powering up my laptop. And I know a lot of people feel like that about their normal jobs. Oh God, it's Monday tomorrow, everything starts again. It doesn't have to be like that, okay? We all have a choice. If you go to work 9 to 5, Mondays to Fridays, because you made that choice. Nobody has control over your free will, not even your employer. So if you're fed up with the 9 to 5 life and you want to find another way, just send me a message. Let's talk. Right, I'm going to continue with my walk. My fingers are cold. And I was listening to Metallica again this morning. So I wish everybody an amazing Sunday and a successful new week. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.